everything today. Shot the post. That's so arrogant. No way, he's gonna get this kick on camera.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Get in the fucking hole.
Bro said get in the fucking hole.
Yeah, like what? Who says that?
Jesus Christ. I never normally take the Lord's name in vain. Absolutely bomber class. In space, cuts inside, and he is through our last man of defence. Got the touch of a wizard, that man. Oh my God, what a collision. Plays a rainbow pass over the top. What a ball. And throws to the intercept. And it's 2-1 over. Back inside to Lucas. Back outside to Marshy. Oh my goodness gracious. Can he carry? He's going to go the ball away. Oh my goodness, run to the post. A slippery little snake. He's going through the line. He's one-on-one with the fullback, and he's outside the fullback, and he's through, and he's one man to beat. Not only do I live rent-free up in my own head, but I also have taken out a bloody mortgage to stay up there. That's how much I overthink things. Thanks to, controversially, Kanye West, I then turned that negative mental health obsession and issue into a positive. Hence the birth of Level Up Rugby with all this finite, detailed coaching that we go through. However, regardless, the obsessive thought nature still exists in my head, and that is definitely the case with rugby, unfortunately. So it's safe to say that I have pondered over performance throughout my entire time playing rugby, especially in the last 2 years, where I'd sit in the car on the way to Harpenden for an hour drive, just thinking in my head about how best do I perform. I've journaled, I've set targets, I've reviewed. My notes page is full of thoughts about rugby. However, what I have learnt is that sometimes less thought is the answer. I try to obsessively control everything in my life, including the outcome on a rugby pitch, which led to OCD when I was younger, but now just leads to stress and anxiety. How I overcome that is by trust in the process. Trusting that the fact of the matter is the majority of things in life are mental rather than technical. So going into today's game against Notts 2s to decide the league, apparently, pretty much, I'm not thinking about anything. Nothing technical, only mental. So rather than focusing on catch pass detail or tackle technique, I keep my objectives, which I still set before the game, I don't think that's overthinking, to mental-based things. So rather than thinking about finishing my tackles, it sounds a bit dramatic, but I'm gonna go out with the mentality of just hurt people. Because that ties everything together. You make the dominant shot, you squeeze your arms, you push them down to the ground, you finish your tackle with your legs. You know, it ties everything together. You don't have to think about the details because those details are often distracting you from what you're really trying to achieve. So rather than thinking about using footwork to get into space, I'm just going to look to exploit defenders. You know what I mean? It's just that mental switch from going from something technical to something mental. As you can tell, I overthink overthinking. So I'm living rent-free in my head still. It's time now to head to the game. George, how do you mentally prepare for games?
I like to stay quite calm. Once we get into the change room, switch on a bit more, listen to some music, and then yeah.
Do you like set objectives? Do you think a lot before the game, or are you more of a feel-based player?
I have a few goals, like sort of targets I want to hit in the game, in terms of like impacts and stuff, but nothing too major.
Nothing major, just feel your way through it.
I like to keep it pretty simple, you know, get a big breakfast in. I don't like eating too close to the game. Keep it quite relaxed, you know, bit of Fortnite this morning. A bit of meditation the night before, yeah. Keep it simple, really. Just another day.
Food and Fortnite.
For sure, yeah. I have like a bit of a think about it, but I don't actually like individually write down goals or anything. Just
you're setting a theme there. Don't
Exactly.
think about too much. Just feel it.
give it a crack.
Exactly. Perfect.
I make sure I get really good night's sleep the night
Okay,
before.
important.
I just put on a nose strip.
Oh yeah.
So it helps your breathing, so you can recover better.
America.
America. I just try and keep the same routine, make sure nothing changes, and I'm golden.
I feel like you watch a lot of film back. You do a lot of analysis of your routes.
No. If I was to watch something, I just watch like little hype videos of like other people doing stuff that then I want to do, and then I can see myself doing that in a game, and there I am.
So you're just a feel-based kind of guy.
Pretty much.
Cool. No one's thinking. I'm clearly the only one living in my own head. Oh god.
I often prepare for games in a bit of an unorthodox fashion.
Okay.
I often don't like to eat before matches.
Oh wow.
I find I get a little bit too nervous. And often it's just I wake up a little bit too late in the morning, so I don't have time.
Is there nervous pre-match poos? You're not a fan of them?
Nah, not about that. Not about,
Not about that life.
I try and have like one thing.
Just one thing.
Yeah, just one thing that maybe I think I've been did a bit of shit last week, or if I've been working on something in training. I'll
Just one thing. Keeping it simple. That's the theme at the moment. I'm talking about how I overthink everything, and how everyone else just seems just to turn up and tear up. And that's the plan for today. Turn up and tear up. And we're corn.
This morning I had full English pretty late. I had to get rid of it in 6 minutes because I was going to miss a bus. A little bit of reading and...
Reading? What are you reading at the moment?
Daily Stoic, mate.
Oh, what a book. What a book. We've got a patron saint here.
I also have a shower, trying to tidy my room, get in the right headspace.
Is it outside shower?
No, inside shower.
Prefer to be inside for showering.
And then
Do you think much? Goals, targets, reviews?
I just go there and tear up, mate.
Standard. What? How are you doing? How do you prepare for games? How do you prepare?
Being here, I'm ready to go to support my boy.
Come on, the AV.
AB? Who's AB?
AV, African Violet.
Oh, right, okay.
Cheers, Dad.
Mostly fluids, salt, which isn't a fluid, electrolytes, water, and just mental development. Obviously, I mentally rehearse through the game, go through detail, control the controllables, mate.
Control the controllables. Classic.
All right. Again.
Jules, how do you prepare for games, mate, other than this fabulous stretching you're doing?
So I always love doing a pre-game routine.
Yeah.
Kicking, passing, so it's off the tee specifically.
Yeah.
And a lot of stretching. I haven't done certain tournaments, just go up and play.
Seems to be a common theme, mate. I'm overthinking an awful
You
lot.
overthink it, don't you?
Yeah, that's me. But
You're an intellect though, so it's alright.
oh, guilty. How do you prepare to run the line today?
Got to freshen up on the rules bit.
Yeah.
Just before the game. Probably at half time as well.
Have you warmed up your flag a bit as well?
No, I'll delegate it to the fresh because I've got one sore shoulder. Don't want to do the other.
Yeah, of course, a lot of this.
Sucks, mate.
How do you prepare for games?
To be honest, it's a good question. Stay as comfortable as possible.
I can tell. Nice and warm from the 10 layers you're wearing.
Get excited.
Simple stuff, done well.
Simple stuff.
Hello and welcome back to the Level Up Rugby studios. As always, I hope this finds you unbelievably well. We're going to dive straight into the team sheets. No wasting time. In at number 1 is my number 1, El Capitano, Lucas, in at loosehead. Number 2, it's not Matt Hayward, it's Tom Hayward. Sorry for calling you Matt the whole of last game. I think I owe you a pint for every time I called you Matt, and it probably racks up to about 10 by now. So yes, big shout out to Tom Hayward, not Matt Hayward, in the 2 slot, in at hooker, throwing those darts. In at 3, we have my favourite McDonald's employee, Ryan Marsh. What an unbelievably good-looking front row. It's rare you find one of those. But into the 2 row, we have even more phenomenal blokes. We have JB in at 4 and Aidan Cabby in at 5. You know our line-out is going to be safe with those 2 on the field, especially with Aidan. Last game, I'm pretty sure he was like 8 from 9 in the line-out. Unbelievable stuff. Our second row is looking phenomenal for today. In at 6, the man who is never on time to anything other than a breakdown, Arthur Adcock. George Hamberlin is in at 7, what a passionate man he is. And of course, finishing off with Arthur Fitzgibbon, aka Boris Johnson, and you'll see why later in the game. What a pack. That is some top tier rugby right there. And moving on into the backs, it doesn't get any worse. We keep on speeding up if anything because it's Matt Wickman, the number 9. You can see him there on the right, his gorgeous little face, giving it a little come on. He is going to be pulling those strings along with Jacko. Toby Jackson in at 10, retaining his 10 slot all season. That is his shirt to lose. Number 11 isn't Ryan Apps today. Instead of Ryan, we have Jake Golding, a familiar name, and then me, of course, Level Up Rugby in the 12 slot, but even more exciting than that is Leo Zheng, brother of Roma Zheng, but known to us as Ghost, in the 13 jersey. Very, very excited to play with the hardest pound-for-pound hitter in the entire club, self-proclaimed. Jake Wright is, of course, on the right wing in a familiar position. And we finished off with Ben Turpin, the miserable northerner, at the back. Really cheering spirits in the back there. Our super subs finishing off the game for us will be Aaron Brown, aka Ziggy, and Pharrell Parker covering the front row. Tom Bloomer and Ollie Thraves covering off that back five. Tom Kerwin in at scrum half. Julian, aka Jules Burren, covering, honestly, all positions. And Max Allen Ward, to be honest, doing the same. What a team sheet. Potentially our strongest team all season for our toughest game all season. This apparently decides the league. Oh boy, are we in for a big one. But before we get into all that, you know the drill. Go down there and drop a like right now on this video. You know it's going to be a good one with that team sheet against this opposition at Corn playing fields as well, of all places, the Holy Grail. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Drop a like down there, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the fixture. What a game we have ahead of us today at the mighty Cornfields. We have the University of Nottingham in their alternate yellow strip against the mighty classic AV from Loughborough Bucks Threes. Here we go. The cameraman has fallen asleep early on, but now he's woken up. And now we play off the edge. Good shot from Aidan, but he slips out the tackle and he's through. And Arthur Adcock, of course, is a little bit late to the party, but he finishes that tackle nonetheless. What a start from them, not the start we wanted. They shift the ball early very well. I just about make the tackle, but he lifts the ball away. And then bang! Oh, God, I make 2 tackles in one phase. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. There's the first one. Here comes the second. Boomfa! I think I come off a little bit second best, but regardless, I've made 2 tackles. But we're straight on with the game. They play off the top. 10 goes into midfield. Standard play. Good fight in the contact from their 7. Gets through Arthur and almost through George. Good leg drive. And then they play off pivot 12. And he cuts back in and he lifts the ball in space. Cuts inside. And he is through our last man of defence. That is not the start we wanted. That is an unbelievable start. What play from those 2 players linking up just off the edge. Let's get a little replay on that. Cuts back inside. Hayward just gets caught back inside. And Jacko can just about make that tackle. But he lifts the ball into space. And oh my space. There's a lot for Ben Turpin to cover here. He tries to stand him up. Brilliant footwork. Cuts into the space. Takes a lot of space. That is an unbelievable cut from him. And Turpin, there's not much he can do there. There's not much he can do there. You can only get a fingertip to him. Great footwork. Great finish. Poor start for the AV. That is not what you want. Bloody hell. Taking a long hard look at ourselves there, but there's a long game ahead of us, thank goodness, because they are ahead 5-0 inside the first 3 minutes. And he taps it over too. The man scores and converts. It's 7-0. On with the game. This time it's a line out to Loughborough. We are finally inside their 22. Of course, Aidan goes up and takes it. And George peels off. Can we clear out? We can. 0 competition from them at the breakdown, leaving it. Numbers on feet. And you can see those numbers getting around Lucas with a good carry to stay alive through contact. We're into midfield. JB with a carry. We've split the pitch. Backs and forwards on each side. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter because they are over that ball. Not a good start. But it's us again with a line out. Again, on the 22 metre. We make our second entry, and this time we pivot and tip onto Boris, coming hard off George Hamblin. We come around the corner. It's Lucas again, putting his hand up to carry. That man will make so many yards today, but not like that when we get turned over. We may be entering their 22 with relative ease, but we are not crossing the line that matters when the time comes. I mean, the guy did dive on the ball a little bit, but ref's ruling is final, and he's given us 2 penalties against us here. Not what you want. But either way, it is on to us in the 22. Again, our 3rd entry. Let's see if we can go 1 from 3. Again, classic Loughborough can't finish our dinner when we get into the opposition 22. But this time we go for the catch and drive. Let's see if we can 1, 2, 3 squeeze our way over the line. I know we can't. Hayward is pushed out the back of that. He's squeezed out and the ref says something or other. I think Hayward came out there, so I don't know how he's given a scrum to them, but he has. I can tell you now, they then knocked that ball on the base of the scrum. So it's now a scrum to Loughborough, our 4th chance. Can we try and score one of these, please? Let's see what happens here. I come short, get tripped over there, and Jacko tips on, and it's an absolute mess. That move was not ran very well. But either way, we play to space, across the face. Jake Golding comes off his wing for a great carry, but they're in that again. Like beavers down a rabbit hole. If that's what beavers do, I'm not entirely sure. They are over that ball, and that is 0 from 4 for the AV. Goodness gracious, we are entering their 22 with relative ease, but as I said, that line that's all important, the try line, we can't seem to cross. This time it's a line out to University of Nottingham for once, and they play off the top very well. Goodness gracious, great drill from them into midfield, and a great carry, and a great stoppage from Hamblin there, saying, no sir, you couldn't come no further. But Arthur Fitzgibbon has thrown out the line and given so much space to be through. Who's that again? It's not Arthur Adcock, is it? It is. Adcock gets back again for 2 try-saving tackles, and they've turned it over. Lifts it back inside, just knock it on, forcing passes there unnecessarily. What a passage of play. Let's get a little replay on that. This is essentially their first attempt of attacking outside the one they scored from. And in fairness, it is all Boris's fault. So one man runs an overs line, and Boris is like, oh, this is my man. I'm going to go take him. Leaves so much space outside him, and the 9 threads the needle between Boris and JB, and that line is cut to perfection. Gets outside Lucas, who's on the turn, and of course it's Adcock who gets back. That man stays alive. He's got an engine on him. Fair play to him. He may be late to the party, but he's there. He always turns up, and he saves us and gets us out of jail there. Goodness gracious, they are lethal on attack so far. But it's our turn again, inside the 22 for a 5th time now. No conversion, let's see what we can do. We peel off, and this time, we start to stretch the ball. We go from edge to edge, from coast to coast. Turpin gives it outside to Jake on the right wing. What a pickup from Turpin to keep the play alive. Jake is throwing that ball around today. It's not really what you want, but either way, we retain possession, and it's a great carry from Hayward, getting over the top. Let's see what we can do with it. Jacko plays across the face. Out to Lucas, great carry, great clean out from JB, winning the race to space there. It's my turn to have a go, and it's a little bit pathetic. We don't really want to talk about that. That's a carry. We won't describe whether it was dominant or not, but we play out the back. Great variety in attack. Out to Marshy, back inside to Lucas, back outside to Marshy. One more into space, and Wright's over on the right-hand side. What an interplay from our front row. Oh my God, this may be the most skillful front row in the whole of Loughborough. Because, oh my tip on. Let's have a little look at that. Gets it to Marshy. Marshy sees space. Play what in front of you. Fair play, mate. We don't usually like tipping back inside because it just allows the team to make an easy tackle. But when the space is there, we take it. Lucas runs a great support line. And he's a no-look. Little tip pass. Fingertips only on the way to the deck. Unreal skill from Lucas. The weight on that is perfect. And Marshy's in space. And he doesn't panic. We know Marshy has seeds. He's been through level up training throughout the whole season to practice his passing, and he demonstrates it. I mean, it does get tapped by their player, but it's impossible to avoid that. He still gets the ball to where he wants it to go, and Jake Wright crosses with relative ease. It's try time AV. God, we are back in this game. We should be ahead in this game, in my humble opinion, because we spent 5 opportunities down there in the Notts half. Can we level the game with this conversion from Jacko? Of course we can. Straight through the uprights. It's a tied game. And we're back on with play with a Loughborough line out. Off the top again. And we go again from coast to coast. Out the hands of mine into Ghost. And he's just taking on defenders. And, oh, an absolute collision there with the fullback. And we're in behind them. And we're on top. They are scrambling in defence. We are changing the point of contact again. But we are forcing it too much. I think we knock it on. And yes, we do. And that 6 is fighting all the way to deck. God, again, the 6th entry, absolutely poor efforts from us to convert. But they exit and they miss touch. And Turpin is taking on defenders here. A slippery little snake. He's going through the line. He's one-on-one with the fullback, and he's outside the fullback, and he's through, and he's one man to beat. Oh my goodness gracious me. Call the man Salazar Slytherin because he slithered in to their goal area and touched it down. The guy is Draco Malfoy, how slippery he is, the little snake. Goodness gracious. What a counter-attack. I don't think you'll ever see anything like it again. We play inside. I think the ball's going to go out, but it doesn't. Why aren't you exiting there? Why don't you get the ball off the park? And Turpin is just scything his way through the spaces. Just beats the last man on the outside and has the pace to finish it off after running a country mile. I'm surprised. And nonchalantly just dots the ball down. He doesn't really care. I am over the bloody moon with that one. You'll hear me screaming. Because that is highlight reel worthy, Terps. Unreal. Jacko, of course, lands the conversion. No surprise there. Court, blimey, mate. We are back in this game. We're on top of this game. I mean, we should be further ahead if we could execute in their 22. And we finally found a way to do it. But it turns out we have to start outside the 22 to execute inside it. Because Terps is a good 30 yards out there. It's 14-7 after about 15 minutes. Those tries were spectacular. Something to behold. Put them in the Louvre. Back on with the game anyway. It's their kickoff and they put it short. Not good from them, but we've played it for some reason. Jake Wright, what are you doing? Oh my God, what a collision. Oh my God, I've closed the door on him there if I do say so myself. Let's get a slow-mo replay on that. He tips on. This guy has no idea I'm coming. Wabam! Stop right there, sir. Halt in the name of the law. What a shot. I must say I was throwing my body around in this, and I think we both hurt ourselves a little bit after that contact. But finally, I'm making some tackles. 2 in the first phase, and there's 1 there to finish off as well. And either way, it's their line out. They get the drill right, and they go down into the maul. And they have been tearing us up so far. You haven't seen it, but their scrum has been dominating. And they are turning the screw here at line-out time too. But can we mess it up for them? We've got it to the deck.
No, ref, give us a set.
Sure can. Oh my God, squeaky bum time there. The second time they've entered our 22. And the first time they haven't scored. It's our scrum. Ball played in, and you can see the domination in their set piece. I just managed to carry over the gain line, over the top of their 10, but it's not really the best exit that we can set up. Lucas, again, putting his hand up. That guy gets through so many meters, and everyone's a dominant carry. Matt just clears the ball. Great take from the fullback, and Adcock, again, on the kick chase. That engine don't stop ticking. But they play in field. Marshy gets the man down with JB. It's a good dominant carry from them. They're moving forwards, and now they're trying to move around us. Great shot from Jacko. I love to see that, mate. Body on the line kind of stuff, that. But they play outside. Little tip on from the 10. And I'm making a shot this time with Ghost. The two of us linking up for the first time very, very well. And they're tipping on a move in the point of contact. Great variety in their attack. They are changing the shape that we have to cope with. Again, dummy switch pop. Ball outside. And the hooker just gets outside, but it's a leg drive. Tackle from Ghost. You're going the wrong way, mate. You have to push him back the other way. But either way, we are getting forwards, getting off the line, and just holding on because they are attacking very well. But we're making our tackles just about. We're scrambling well here because they got on top of us. 10 gets the ball, plays a rainbow pass over the top. What a ball. On the outside, cuts back in. Oh, my try. That's 4 wonder tries. What a pass from the fly half. That man has the ball on a string. It's the yellow brick road because there's a rainbow at the end of it. Goodness, what a rainbow pass. The man just gets on the outside and lifts the ball just before his feet go into touch. And it's a great gamble line from the 13. He's either going to be there for the ruck or he's there to score a try. Great dot down in the corner as well. Some phenomenal skill shown at the Bucks 3 and 1, in their case 2's level here. The conversion unfortunately goes wide, so we retain our lead. What a game, what tries. It's our turn to attack now again. Off the line out, we go into the catch and drive, give them a taste of their own medicine. But they are spitting it back in our face because their line-out defence is very, very good. I think our body positions could be a bit lower, but then what do I know about line-outs? We play out the back. Jacko cross again, bounce pass into Turpin. Turpin with the footwork. Just gets caught. Great tackle. Stays alive. I mean, he's crawling a little bit there, sir. But we'll play on. We won't say anything about it. Trying to change the point of contact, but Hayward just says, no, thank you, sir. Head down. Playing across to me. Pivot. We're going nowhere. Lucas gets banged off the ball, and I just say, all right, I'll stick my head down, lads. Hayward points to the corner. I don't know why you're kicking here, but we're not going anywhere. So it's fair enough. Pin them in that corner. They're going to have to exit, or they can just beat us instead. Footwork from the fullback again, and then he gets absolutely whammoed by Lucas. I mean, great feat to get himself to that position, but then he gets killed. And they're just throwing the ball around here. Oh my God, there's space. The 13 looks like he's caught in quicksand, but so's George. And he cuts back inside, beats Jacko. Just gets back with the chop. Arthur Adcock again. Shock. Oh my God, he's through. He lifts it over the top. Oh my goodness gracious me. What a try from the Uni of Notts. I mean, it's painful to watch for me, but you have to say, in one word, jouet. They are chucking the ball around here. The hands from the front row to get the ball wide, and then the speed to get on the outside of George Hamlin. He's not a slow man. Beats the last defender. Adcock, of course, gets back, but it's not enough. It's not enough as he lifts the ball off the deck, and a great sling of a basketball pass over the top. And somehow, their second row has worked even harder than Adcock because he's got there to finish the try under the post. I bet he's a happy man because it'll be his name on the score sheet and the highlight reel of an unbelievable try. And that is half-time as the conversion's banged over. What a first half we've had on our hands there. Goodness gracious, we've had 4, 5 worldy tries. Worldy tries. I'm not over-exaggerating this. I know I get a bit hyped up watching these games, but goodness gracious me, have we seen some tries. It is now 19 points to 14. We have a game on our hands. It has been the story of Bucks 3's season so far. We have created countless opportunities inside the opposition 22, but failed to get over the whitewash when it really counts. I think we've had 6 or 7 chances, and none of which have been capitalised other than on 2 spectacular occasions, some unreal skill being demonstrated by our front row and from Ben Turpin at the back. But all I must say is that Jacko is putting us in the right places here. The reason why we're in there 22 is partly because they keep on giving away penalties, but because Jacko is punishing them for that by punching the ball into the corner. But they are doing well to repel us at set piece and dominate us in set piece in our own half. As you've seen, they have been on top at line out and scrum time, which is a surprise to me. I must say, I thought our pack would dominate these guys, but they are putting up a fighting chance and coming away with some wonder tries for themselves. I mean, you talk about Jouet, and then you say University of Notts to Bucks 2s, because that is a Hall of Fame worthy try. Goodness gracious, what a score and what a game we have on our hands. Let's see if the second half can keep up with what we've just seen in the first. Come on, UAV. We are currently sat at 7 points behind on the scoreboard. It's not what you want, but I'm sure we'll find a way to fight our way back in. And here we are for the second half. Uni of Notts kicking off from left to right. Referee blows his whistle and we are underway. Steepling restart from this guy, but I think he's put too much on it. He has put too much on it, and we are back for a scrum on halfway. Not the start that Uni of want there, but definitely the opportunity that we need to get back into this game. And we're straight back in with a kick battle after that scrum. Jules is on in the backfield, and that left foot is deadly. He's a sniper rifle, but he's got the touch of a wizard, that man. God, Lionel Messi's turned up, but he gets chopped by Ghost. Goodness gracious, they like to run it back and we like to kick it, so we are giving them the chance they want. I just about try and get a fingertip on that, but they are playing to space very, very well here. Unfortunately, that space has been occupied by me as I come around the corner after intercepting the ball and chip ahead off the left peg. Goodness gracious, this guy's skillful. Chasing after the ball. I force the man dead, he knocks it on, he touches it down, and he gets off and starts running away, mate. Come back right here. Goodness gracious, a great involvement from me. If I do say so myself, not to try and gas myself up there, but I come around the corner, I just think I see a bit of space, and I chip ahead and turn on the afterburners. They are not burning too bright, but either way, we force a 5-metre scrum, which I will take every day of the week. Let's see what we can do with this position. Scrum going backwards again, but we've got fresher front row, so it's all right. We play out the back. And I am still blowing from that run because I'm late to the breakdown. Call me Arthur Adcock because I'm late. And they win the turnover. They get over this ball very, very well. And the ref is rewarding them. But they don't want to reward that, mate. That was a slice and a half. You can see him kicking across his body there. Poor stuff. And Jacko says, have that, mate. Deal with that one. This guy's panicking. And he drops the ball. But has enough time to kick it back himself. Only into the arms of Julian, who shall return with a vengeance. Plays the ball out to me. I'm working hard to get back behind the ball, but I get chopped, get to the ground as fast as I can before I get pushed into touch most likely. And they play off the edge with great variety. Again, Jacko all the way to the line. Just tips off to Lucas, who teams up with Marshy. Yes, again, those two have a telepathic connection out the back. Oh my God! Jesus Christ. I never normally take the Lord's name in vain, but Jesus, the Lord has taken Boris's shoulder. And by the Lord, I mean that number 8. What a disgusting play. That were diabolical. Get the dirty git off. I'm not trying to come for this bloke, but geez Louise, either he is a man mountain, call him Eddie Hall, because he's just got his weight in the ground and if you run into him, it's a immovable object. Or he has just dropped a shoulder very clearly on Boris. I mean, you could argue that Boris is cutting his path, but the ball's outside that. There's no need to absolutely bombaclat Boris there. Poor old Bozza. Oh my God. The guy does get a yellow card, but I don't see how that isn't anything but a red. Let's get TMO OJ in the building right now. It is off the ball tackle. It is shoulder on shoulder. We play to the sternum nipple height in this league, so it's a high tackle. There is no need for it, no mitigation. He's upright, high degree of danger. The outcome of it was that Boris dislocated his shoulder and unfortunately was ruled out for fight night. Poor old Boris. He did fight in the end, but his shoulders came out. So I see this as being nothing but a red card. Of course, it is difficult to give a red card in any game at this age, at this level, because the ref is under enough pressure as it is. And to make a big call like that, it's not about you, sir. You know what I mean? But either way, I don't see how that's anything but that. But I'm sure it's been caught out of the ref's view because it's so far off the ball. God. That hasn't wound me up too much. I can assure you there's plenty more to wind up, but it's definitely pushed me over an edge a little bit. But we're going to carry on with the game anyway. From that penalty, we go to the line out. Again, going to the corner. We go this time, catch and drive again. I mean, they are man down, so hopefully we can have a bit more ascendancy in this area. We don't. They are defending set piece very, very well. So we play off the top to me, and I carry over the top of someone, but I carry too far, and they are over that ball again. The ref is rewarding them kindly at the breakdown. I mean, it's completely fair in my book, because I was completely isolated. You can't expect Jacko to come round and clear me out there, because it's not his responsibility. Of course, I've made a dominant carry, and I've just carried so far away from everyone that they could not keep up in support. But that's besides the point. We should be clearing that ball out, especially in their 22. Again, I think that must be over 10. We're in the double digits now of opportunities in their 22 that we have not executed. It's just not good enough, quite frankly, lads. Have a word with yourselves. Anyway, on with the game. It's a line out to Uni of, and they just about retain possession. First time their set piece hasn't been at max drill, really. And Adcock's in this breakdown, but he's not rewarded this time. It's fair enough. They were over the ball. They won the race. And they exit, but they keep it in and they keep it up. And they go up for the ball and it bounces around, but we retain possession. Okay, calm down, everyone. There's a breakdown. That guy is way too calm. He's relaxed and just lying all over the ball. Goodness gracious. But for this moment of the game, I'm going to pass over to our pitch side commentary team. Take it away, Uni of Notts supporters.
Shot the post. That's so arrogant. He won't make it either. Gotta love it. No way. See if I can get this kick on camera, dude.
Get in the fucking hole!
Mid kick. Pro said get in the fucking hole.
Yeah, like what? Who says that?
What? While you're playing?
Get in the hole.
What? While? Yeah, but while he's on the pitch.
It makes sense that they're wearing yellow today because they are looking like McDonald's fries with how salty they are. And Jacko, thankfully, brought his wheelbarrow with him before the game because he's just wheeling his nuts around. Because oh my cojones to knock that one over. I mean, first of all, the sheer strength to nudge it. But before that, the confidence to just say, you know what, putting the ball on the deck, lads. This is mine to whammy through the posts. And we are back in this game. And we are back underway. It's the University of Loughborough. Line out. And we go off the top. Throw it down to Matt, who plays a wide pass into midfield. Zheng plays the ball at the back, and I play a ball over the top. What a ball. Jake's on the outside and just tries the audacious.
Oh, no, he's so
again, with the commentary, they think we are... we think that we are God's gift. Apparently, we are very arrogant today. And I mean, it was rather audacious to attempt that offload, Jake. But I back it. To be fair, Terps did pick one of those up off his shoelaces before in the first half. So, Jules, you should be asking some questions of yourself. If we're going to back ourselves to throw them, we have to back ourselves to pick them up too. But either way, we're on with the game. We're going to start back play again with another Loughborough line out, but this time we completely overthrow it. That's the first one that's gone really not to hand. But either way, they have to exit now. And, oh, goodness me. The pound for pound hardest hitter shows why we call him that. We don't call him that. He calls himself that. But goodness gracious, that was a shot. And we are forcing them around the field here. And TRYS to the intercept. And it's 2-1 over. Oh, my applied pressure. It turns out we have more of a chance of scoring when we don't have the ball. And boy, are we happy with those celebrations. We are whooping and hollering. And he is not a happy man. That Notts lad is very angry. Let's get a replay on that because it was rather unexpected. So we overthrow a line out, simple as Bloomer gets back, makes the shot. We play, or they play, into midfield, and Ghost absolutely murders him. There's murder on the rugby pitch, not the dance floor. Bloomer shoves him back into the breakdown, Matt makes the tackle, and they're just looking to play a bit too much, I think. The guy did not fancy the carry, and unless there is space out TRYS there, that is a tongue twister. Lucas is there to shut the gate, though, and TRYS just chances it, tips it up, off the bench, might I add, into the game, and over the whitewash. That is quite, again, another dirty act from their lad to just fly in with a knee like that, studs up on TRYS' hands. I don't know if you can just challenge like that. I'm not mad. They're salty, not me, all right? We're ahead. We are up on the scoreboard. It is now 22 points to 19. Can Jacko add the extras? Is there any point in me even commentating on this? Of course he can. I'm holding the ball. I'm watching him. Bang. Over the posts. And we have a 5-point lead. So they are very much still in the game. We know they can score from anywhere. So let's see what...
Hello, welcome to another Level Up update from the bloke who does the music at the start. I really think if Ollie will add this to the edit, you should follow me here, and he's going to put my username here, so be sure to go and follow that. Don't really know what's going on today, don't really know the score, haven't really got much of an update other than I've got moustache because it's Movember. I suppose I've got one update, is that Loughborough keeps shouting nowhere when it gets kicked and it doesn't really go that far, which I assume is the reason. Again, limited rugby knowledge here. Back to the studio.
Cheers, Jeff. That is unbelievable analysis, again, from Gregoire, the cameraman. Goodness gracious, no wonder he's behind the camera, because those comms are atrocious. But what a marvellous moustache, I must say. Anyway, on with the game. And it is a scrum to the AV, around 50 yards out. What do we do with it? We start to go forwards in the scrum for once. Jacko plays a long pass out to Ghost, who fumbles the pass, and I just managed to pick it up. But we're going backwards, lads. Not the set-piece strike moves that we really wanted today. They have not gone in our favour. But we're changing the point of contact. Great hands through the midfield. Great connection at the back of that pod. We are playing with variety, and it's asking them a lot of questions. But Jacko says, answer that one, lad. Have it. Get down your end. Playing the territory really well. But, oh my God, this fullback is slippery. We're going to name him Severus Snape because he is a Slytherin. And he's slithering out of his own 22. God, these comms are weird today. Anyway, Wright just manages to retain possession for the AV, and we play off that edge through Hayward. Dominant carry, lifts the ball away. Ziggy's on the pitch. Look at him go, just drops straight to the deck, lad. We've got advantage. What do we do with it? Jules out the back to Jacko. Into space again. Ghost on the outside. Just gets the ball away. Turpin, can he carry? He's going to go the ball away. Oh my goodness, we're under the post. We give them a little bit of their own medicine this time. Not up through the front and the middle, but out the back and out wide. Goodness gracious, what a score again. We've seen some wonder tries today. Gets the offload, one hand, underarm bowls it. He's like he's playing softball, like women's softball. He's gone under the arm, out the tackle. Turpin cuts back in. 3v2 situation here. We're not counting Ghost, he's just giving the pass. But he takes through 2 tackles. And like we saw in the first half, that left-handed back inside offload to Bloomer, who's really gambled with the support line there. You have to take those chances in these situations. And he's over. And we are very, very, very happy about it. We are whooping and hollering, and can you blame us? This is the rivalry of the century, essentially. And we are starting to open a gap here. But as we've seen before in the last game, you can never write the opposition off against us. We're outside the 1 score range. Let's see what they can do about that. Their kickoff. High restart. Finally, they've managed to kick off properly. Everything for them has gone either short or out in the full. And clearly, none of their kickoffs has been going in the field of play because we haven't had to catch any of them. And the first one we had to try and catch, Matt has dropped. And it's advantage, Uni of Knots, as they carry straight for the midfield. I am tired. That is a pathetic attempt to the tackle. And they're on top of us and they're outside of us. Ghost just makes a chop there, but he slips out again. We are slipping off a few tackles here, and it's not good signs. Perhaps times to start utilising our bench in the backs. Their attack is lethal. We know that they can score from anywhere. Great carry, and they knock it on, and he's pissed. He's smacking George on the bum, and George, of course, finishes that tackle to let him know what's what. And we win the scrum pen. We are celebrating. We are very happy. Call us Saracens because we like to celebrate. Anyway, their line out. I think that's a good 15 metres out. They go for the catch and drive. I mean, it's worked for them all game. Can you blame them? And the backs start piling in as well. They are rumbling. It's a Royal Rumble. WWE. Can they get the briefcase off the ladder? They can. And they're over. That is not good for us. They are back in this game. Can the conversion be made? It can. Oh my squeaky bum. They are back in this game. They are within a score. And we are within an opportunity for calamity here because we have given them too many chances and not executed our own very well. A little bit of a cameo here from Ghost. Very little cheeky boy. Anyway, we kick off and of course we're going deep. No need to play anything risky here, but they come straight onto that ball, steaming onto it, and our open side is just open. Clearly we have some tired legs out there and we are not getting off the line very well, and they are getting outside us even better. They are taking those chances, but Thrazy just about makes the chop, but we have not got many numbers this side, and you can see them exploiting that. Great carry, great defence. There's a bit of energy to see off the game. We have to close them out here. They are numbers up again, but oh my God, he absolutely bangs him. Oh, we are defending with our hearts here, not our heads. We are throwing our bodies around, but do we make the right decisions? They've gone straight through the middle of us. Great carry. Adcock's over it, slows it down. They pick and go again. Beating us around these fringes, but they go again wider, wider into that wide channel. They have made, what, 25 metres. And they've made another 10 and 15, 20 there. Straight through the middle of us. Cameraman, catch up. I want to see what's going on. Here we are. They have a breakdown. We just managed to get back and make the tackle. I think it was Matt. Looks a bit hurt. They play out the back. Last passage of the game. Chip across field. Off the camera. What's going on? What's going on? Not a lot. The ball's out, and we've done it. We've done it. In the last passage of play, we managed to prevent them from scoring another worldy try. I mean, they only scored one that was quite boring, which is the catch and drive. They threw a couple backs in there. We'll call that fun as well. But, oh, my heart in mouth time at the end there. The top of the league title battle has come out with Loughborough on top. What a game. What a game. Jules, Jacko, Turpin take a bow. Turpin with the footwork and Jules and Jacko using their feet in other ways to kick the ball into their corners. Our territorial game in this match was unreal. You saw how often we were down in their 22, and that's all from Jacko and Jules in the second half plugging those corners. They had a leaky bath and Mario and Luigi turned up and just started plugging it, because we were in their end more or less the whole game, and they had to score from far out, and fair play because they did. And they turned up and tore up a little bit in those outside channels. But first of all, congratulations to those three. Outstanding performances. Another three that's important, Haywood carrying as always, but Lucas and Marshy in the first half linking up, like Mario and Luigi again, one might say, because the chemistry between those two was brotherly. Onwards, who else had a good performance? Adcock. As always, the man never goes missing in a game other than when he gets yellow carded for silly things. But he was just making covering tackles. The engine on him did not stop ticking. Who else? Ghost. Ghost, as always. I mean, he's come down to play this game because we're a little bit light in outside centres, but he had a phenomenal performance. You can see why he's a good lad. Thravesy off the bench was good. All round, managed to get the job done. Plenty of flair, plenty of jouet, plenty of physicality as well. Thank God we came out on top. If you made it this far in the video, if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to do a competition just to know who makes it to the end of these. The best comment down below, I'm going to give a piece of stash to. Let me go find the stash. All right, it's your choice of a piece of the finest Cougar stash we have. A little waterproof top, a hoodie, some cotton t-shirts here, black and white, and then some like trading t-shirts. The best comment is getting whatever you want from that pile. I'll hand deliver it to you myself. So yeah, get commenting down below. I decide the best comment, by the way, just to let you know, it's going to be me. So try and tailor it to the humorous side. Or if you love nosing, leave some nosy thing down below. I'm sure I'm going to love that as well. But yeah, either way, you get something from that. Just want to get you guys involved as much as possible. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.